Did you guys hear about the guy who lost the entire left side of his body? Don't worry, he's all right now. Welcome back to Yukon LoseIt. My name's Nick. Today is Sunday, September 17th, 2017, and this is my weekly weigh-in update video for my 19th week of weight loss. Today I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. First, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about intermittent fasting. And second, I wanted to introduce you to two people who inspire me every single day that I met through the interwebs since I started this journey. But first, let's get into the numbers. If you've been following along, you'll know that last Sunday I weighed in at 301.2 pounds. So close to Twotopia. And today, I weighed in at 300.0 pounds. That is a weight loss of 1.2 pounds this week and an overall weight loss of 80 pounds, which I'm pretty happy about. It would have been nice to be able to come here and tell you that I'm officially in Twotopia, and I thought I was going to be there. To be quite honest, earlier this week I weighed in below 300. I weighed in at 299.2 one day and 298.8 the next day. And then 301 pounds, and then I think 300.8 pounds, and then today 300.0. That's just how weight loss goes. It's not linear. In fact, here is what my September has looked like so far. And like I said, weight loss isn't linear. It's full of plateaus and whooshes, and that's just how it goes. But I'm confident next week I'll be able to come back to you guys and say I'm officially under 300 pounds. But honestly, I'm celebrating 80 pounds lost. It's a huge deal for me, and I'm really excited. This week, I stayed at around 1,500 calories, between 1,500 and 1,600 calories on average, which is great. I think I was around 5,000 steps per day, which isn't great, but I can't really complain too much. And overall, I lost weight. So anytime I can look and see that I have improved my health, I can be happy about that. So now let's talk about intermittent fasting. I'm sure you've heard of intermittent fasting before, but if you haven't, basically it's where you restrict yourself to only eating during certain times of the day. Really, everybody does this already. Even if you eat breakfast, look at the word breakfast. Break, fast. You're breaking your fast. You haven't eaten since the night before. So when you finally eat in the morning, you're breaking your fast. That's why it's called breakfast. Now, the most common type of intermittent fasting is called 16-8. Basically, that means that you don't eat for 16 hours and you only eat for 8 hours in the day. The most common way to do this is you don't eat your first meal until noon or 1 o'clock, and then you stop eating after 8 or 9 o'clock at night. So you eat at noon, you stop at 8. That's 8 hours, and then you don't eat the rest of the 16 hours. If you go to Google and you type in intermittent fasting, you're going to find tons of stuff on it. In fact, you're going to find so much stuff that it's going to be confusing. I suggest that you go do your own research, go make your own opinions on it. But I figured I'd just make this to share what my feelings are on it, my perspective on what intermittent fasting is to me. Now, there's a lot of people out there that think it's kind of this magical miracle system that is helping them be healthy and lose weight and has these magical properties to it. I, on the other hand, look at it a little more as just another tool to help me lose weight. I personally don't think it really does anything for weight loss other than it helps you maintain your calories. Now, if I'm aiming for a 1,500 to 1,600 per day calorie diet, that's a really small amount of calories to be eating over an entire day, especially if you eat 3 main meals and then maybe a snack or two in between or at the end of the night. 1,500 calories divided by 3 that leaves you very few calories for each of those meals. I found it really helpful to only have to eat 2 meals that comprise of those 1,500 calories. Really, it actually makes it end up being quite a bit of food to eat those 1,500 calories in those 2 meals. The other thing for me is it really helps out my mornings. You know, when you first start intermittent fasting and you try it out, the first like 3 or 4 mornings, it's really hard. There's a huge hump that you have to get over. You're going to be really hungry. You're not going to feel well. But once you get over that hump, I've actually found that by not eating until noon or 1 o'clock that day, it helps my hunger. I actually don't get hungry anymore. And in fact, when I was eating breakfast on the regular, it caused me to have kind of this morning grogginess. I would eat, and then maybe 3-4 hours later, say 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, I would start to kind of get groggy. I'd be ready for a nap. And since I've been doing intermittent fasting for about, I think, 3 to 4 months now, it was a little bit after I started losing weight, I found that I don't get groggy in the mornings anymore. It's actually been a really great thing. Now, in the intermittent fasting community, there's some people are very strict and they say absolutely 0 calories. You're breaking your fast if you even eat a single calorie, and they include coffee in that because technically coffee does have calories in it. For me, I don't eat anything, but I do drink coffee. Coffee helps me wake up in the morning. I kind of need that caffeine boost. I would say maybe I'm a little addicted to coffee, but it's just black coffee. There's nothing added to it, so really the calories are very minimum. And whenever I suggest somebody trying intermittent fasting, I suggest that, for the first few mornings while they're trying to get over that hump, that first off, they continue to drink their coffee. But I also suggest maybe having, if you're really feeling like the hunger pains, trying to have maybe just a small piece of fruit. I also highly suggest drinking water. When you wake up in the morning, drink a huge glass of water right away. Oftentimes that will help satiate that hunger. And then I also use Icebreaker's gum. I find it's a 0 calorie gum. Sometimes I'm not necessarily hungry, but I get that want to chew. And the water, I've mentioned this before, the water satiates the hunger, and the gum satiates kind of that chewing need that you sometimes crave. So again, if you're going to try this out, try just coffee, water, gum. But if you need something, try a small piece of fruit. It'll kind of give you that sugar boost a little bit, and then try and work that out so that you really aren't breaking your fast at all. Again, in my opinion, it doesn't have any magical powers or anything like that. It's just a way to save your calories for that small window, because then you really do feel like you're eating a lot of food in your day. 1,500 to 1,600 calories, it ends up being a lot of food when you only eat it in an 8-hour window. But honestly, for me, it makes my mornings more productive. I'm not hungry. Again, I don't get groggy, and it's a really good tool for me to manage my calories. Again, weight loss is all about calories in versus calories out. It's all about a calorie deficit. So any tool that will help you stay at your deficit is a good tool. And that's just what intermittent fasting is to me. It's a tool to help me manage my calories, and which in turn helps me lose weight. But please remember, this is my perspective on intermittent fasting. Do your own research. There's a great community on Reddit. I believe the subreddit is called Intermittent Fasting. Go check it out. There's tons of information there. I'm not necessarily saying the people who think there's a little magic to it, there's something, more to it than calorie management. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I personally just don't believe that those benefits are there. My concept of weight loss is very basic. Again, calories in versus calories out. I don't think it does anything more than help me manage my hunger and my calories, but make your own informed decision, opinion. Go do the research, and come back and tell me what you think. I love hearing your guys' opinions in the comments below. I'm not the expert, clearly. I've lost the weight before. but I gained it back. So I have a lot to learn as well, and I learn a ton from you guys, which leads me into the next thing that I want to talk about. And that is the people that I have met while being on this journey through the internet, through the interwebs, have been really inspirational to me. And there's two people in particular that I really want to introduce you guys to. And the first I met through Reddit, but I started watching his YouTube videos. His name is Bear Shares. Yeah, that's his YouTube channel. I met him through Reddit, started following him on YouTube, and he was the one who actually inspired me to make this YouTube channel. Him and I have been, we talk weekly, and he was a huge inspiration to me, not only in my weight loss journey, but again, to make this channel. He's an awesome guy. His videos rock. He's a lot funnier than I am. I only have that little joke at the very beginning, but he's a funny guy. He seems likable. He seems like someone who I'd get along with and would like to be friends with in real life. The second person I want to introduce you to, I met through Instagram, and his Instagram name is MacroMade2017. If you check out his profile, he's clearly made quite the transformation. His journey has been incredibly inspiring to me. But on top of being inspired by him, he's also been a great accountability friend. Him and I, go back on our pictures often. We share a lot of recipes, and he's just been a really fun guy to follow. So I recommend you checking out both Bear Shares on YouTube and MacroMade2017 on Instagram. I'll post both of their links down in the description below, and I know you guys will enjoy them as well. With all that said, I think I'm going to bring the video to a close. Again, I love hearing your guys' comments. I want to hear what you think about intermittent fasting. If you've ever tried it or if you're going to try it, comment down below. I love staying in touch with you guys. It really inspires me to hear that you guys are getting a little something out of my videos. If you want to be notified for the next time I make a video, which I should have another video coming out in a few days, I typically like to do my weight loss weigh-in updates I release it on Mondays, and then later on in the week I like to have a more detailed video about some topic that I want to talk about. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on Instagram, the link to that is below. That's where I post more of my day-to-day shenanigans, but more importantly, I post a lot of my favorite weight loss recipes on there. Because remember, we exercise to be healthy, but we eat to lose weight. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Bye.